Hey everybody, it's Justice for Comics. It is Wednesday, New Comic Book Day. I'm going to be highlighting books that are coming out next Wednesday, the 16th of October. This gives you kind of an early look at what's coming out, what you may want to put on a pull list, or make sure you call your local comic book shop if you didn't pre-order these books. That just gives you an idea of what's coming out that I think will be worth grabbing from all the different publishers. So let's jump on into it. Dark Horse, I didn't really see anything. I've never collected Mask, but I do like this cover. Raphael Burke cover. It's pretty cool. I like the design of that. Very nice. Not been somebody, I've not really read these books. I know Mask has been in comic books for a while. Obviously, they made a movie about him. Jim Carrey. I think they didn't they do a Mask too? But Jim Carrey didn't play. I don't know. I don't think it did very well. So, yeah, we'll move on from that. So I think that was maybe the only thing that was slightly interesting from Dark Horse. I've not been collecting Steeple or Strayed. I don't really know too much about those books. But that's it for Dark Horse, so not much there that I'm interested in. DC, I've only been really collecting Aquaman if there's a really nice Middleton cover. It doesn't seem to be on this one, so probably won't pick that up. Batman 81, nice Mattina cover. I do believe I pre-ordered that. Been pretty much pre-ordering all the books. Not that I think Tom King is doing the greatest job. I think lately Batman's been a little bit better, but definitely the Mattina covers are a worthy purchase. So I've got that pre-ordered. Would like to see what this flash forward B cover looks like, number 2, Inhook Lee. I don't know if there's an image. Let me just see real quick. I don't trust Midtown because I've gone on Google before and found the image pretty easily. So let's see here. Oh, not video, image. Well, it might be worth grabbing. I do like that. That's a cool looking cover. Very nice. Yeah, I think that's worthy of grabbing. I don't know if the story's going to be any good. I believe I just got the Flash Forward number 1 in the mail. I haven't had a chance to read it yet. By the way, I've got those 2 stacks yet to read, and those 2 stacks down there still to read. So yeah, I'm a little bit behind in my reading at the moment. So I don't know if I'll get to it anytime soon, but yeah, Flash Forward number 2, the B cover. I definitely like that Mattina cover, so that's one that I would likely grab. Justice League number 34, Francesco Mattina cover. Did I say Flash Forward Mattina? I meant Flash Forward Inhook Lee. Sorry. Got Mattina on the brain. There's a lot of Mattina stuff coming out this month or next week with DC. Nice cover. A lot going on in that cover, but looks pretty cool. I believe I pre-ordered that already. I better check though just to make sure. Usually I pretty much pick up most of the Mattina covers that come out. For DC, that might be it. Yeah, Tales from the Dark Multiverse, Batman Nightfall number 1. Lee Weeks cover. There's a couple store variants out there as well. I'm just grabbing this one. I pre-ordered that in advance. Notice it's a little bit more expensive book, right? $6 book. I'm not familiar with Javi Fernandez. Javi Fernandez, maybe. Like the cover by Lee Weeks though, but that should be pretty cool. I'm interested in that storyline. Teen Titans, kind of a cool A cover. Kind of like that cover. It's interesting. That might be a worthy grab. I think that might do it for DC. Dynamite Entertainment, nothing there I'm really all that interested in. Bypassing most of that. I'm not into this death-defying devil, but I don't really like Gail Simone as a writer. But I mean, the cover artwork is awesome. It's a nice Federici cover, very cool, black and white. Savage Tale Halloween Special one shot. That might be a good read. It's probably the kind of a cool throwback looking cover. It looks like one of those older 70 covers. So that kind of looks interesting. That might be worth grabbing. Let's see here. I think that's it for Dynamite Entertainment. IDW. Yeah, I didn't really see anything there that made me want to buy it, so I'm passing on that. Image, Gideon Falls, number 17. It's been an excellent series. Jeff Lemire writing, really good artwork by Sorrentino. Kind of a cool cover. I like that cover with the puzzle. Very nice design. I like that. I don't have a picture of the B cover here, so I probably am just going with the A on that. I'm not too familiar with this Marked. It looks like a new issue, number 1 by Image. I would click on it and read the description for you, but if I do that, I have to go all through this again because Midtown, I don't know, their website's kind of jacked at times. All right. Moving on. Tree, Three Fates, number 2. Might grab that. I like Warren Ellis. Jason Howard's art's pretty good. I think it's only a 3-issue miniseries, so I'm pretty sure it's not an ongoing. I think it's just a miniseries. Does it for Image. Moving on to Marvel. A lot of Marvel books coming out next week. Absolute Carnage, number 4. I've been pre-ordering all the A covers for that, so I've got that pre-ordered. There's the action figure. So I think this will be the first full appearance of the Carnageized Hulk, I think is the billing on this. I believe this will be the key issue. I don't know what this Absolute Carnage Del Mundo Young Guns cover looks like. It shows classified, but pretty much all those classified books have been getting hot, so I'm grabbing it just in case. They're not showing the Zafino Codex variant for Absolute Carnage number 4. I do believe there is an image on that. I'm a big Zafino fan, but I don't know. I'm not really a fan of this cover. I don't know. Usually I'm a big fan of his artwork, but yeah, there it is. I don't know. I mean, it's kind of good. I don't know what to think about it. I'm a little perplexed. It's red and black. I mean, you'd think I would like it. It's a red and black cover. I don't know. I don't think I want to pay $21 for these. Lately, it's like every time I buy a Zafino cover, I see it on eBay for like $15 a week or two later. So I don't know. I think I might wait. I might be a little patient on that. I don't really need to have to buy it. They're asking $25 for it. I don't know. It's probably going to be a key book. I don't know. We'll see. I'm just feeling like it may not be, so I might hold out a little longer on that. Could be a mistake. Absolute Carnage Avengers number 1, kind of a cool Yoon cover. It's pretty good. It's kind of like in Hook Lee. I mean, very similar styles. It has that look to it, but I notice he's been getting a lot of cover work for Marvel lately. Let's see here. Let's move on from Absolute Carnage. You got Deadpool. I think the A covers have been worthy of grabbing. Been liking the A covers better than any of the. Well, I'm not a big Rob Liefeld fan, so let's see. How did he do on the feet? All right, they're both pointing the right direction. He got that right. I've seen many a cover where that didn't happen. So notice the other two guys, no feet, but I think he probably traced these. I think he traced rabbit ears and made those feet. I don't know. I'm just joking. He did okay on that. Not too bad. At least he made the attempt. Okay. Black Panther, Agents of Wakanda. I haven't heard anything great about that, so I'm probably not going to grab that. Captain America. I don't know. I've tried a couple times this year buying Captain America and just wasn't into it. I mean, I love Alex Ross cover. It looks awesome. This Adam Hughes cover looks pretty good, but I just can't bring myself to buy it. I don't know. It's just not doing anything for me. Captain Marvel number 11. Captain Marvel's been okay with this star character, sort of her struggling with her powers scenario. So I don't know. I believe I pre-ordered this in advance. I think at least through 12 is what I pre-ordered. So it might be worth picking up. And at first glance, I thought this was an Adam Hughes cover, but God, it looks like Adam Hughes, doesn't it? It says here that it's Elizabeth Torque. Well, she's definitely draws eyes like Adam Hughes, right? That totally looks like Adam Hughes. So, but it says it's not Elizabeth Torque. Okay, all right. I'm surprised Conan the Barbarian is going to second printings. I mean, I guess that book must be selling better than I think it is. Otherwise, I don't know why they would second print Conan the Barbarian number 9. It must be doing okay for it to go to a second printing. All right, moving on. Still in Marvel, History of the Marvel Universe. Mark Waid. I'm not a big fan of Mark Waid. It's kind of a cool McNiven cover. Like the yellow. It's kind of a throwback cover there. It's pretty nice. Let's see. I'll move on. Star Wars. I'm not really been looking at. Marvel Tales Ghost Rider. I did pre-order the N-Hook Lee cover. The regular A cover. Good thing I pre-ordered it. This is an $8 book. Holy smokes! It better be a oversized, full of content kind of comic book. Because man, $8 is a lot. That's a lot of money for a comic book. Really cool cover. I do love this cover a lot. The Virgins is cool, but man, $106. I don't know. I'm not gonna spend that kind of money for it. But I just think that's overpriced. I mean, it's a cool cover, but $106 seems ridiculous to me. So I'm gonna pass on that. Powers of X number 4, second printing. That's probably worth grabbing. I think it's the same as the A cover. It's maybe in a different color. I think they mute out the colors a little bit. They'll change the coloring on it. So, but it's going to be a lower print run, and that series has been red hot. So I wouldn't sleep on that. I think that might be worth grabbing. I've not been collecting Savage Sword of Conan, just doing the regular Conan series. Spider-Man number 2 is out. This is the J.J. Abrams and Henry Abrams father-son duo doing the writing scripts, and you got Sarah Pichelli doing the artwork. It's probably worth grabbing. I think at least I grabbed number 1. I bought number 1 mainly because I didn't buy the regular cover. I bought a couple of the variants just because they were so good, the covers on that. But this might be worth grabbing. A cover's pretty cool by Copiel. I'm not a big fan of Sarah Pacelli's artwork, but that's kind of a cool image. I don't think I'm going to spend $21 there, but so I'm probably going to pass on that. All right. I remember getting that cover back in the day, X Factor. What was that, number 17? Yep. First appearance of Richter, I think it was. Venom, number 18, is going to a second printing and a second print incentive, of course. Only Marvel does that. Boy. X-Men, Volume 5, number 1. I don't know why I didn't pre-order this book. I don't know why I didn't do it. I should have. Kind of stupid of me. So I'm inclined to pick up the A cover, and I also like the art germ cover. Beautiful art germ cover. Very nice. You got a Mark Brooks party variant, which is kind of cool. Wow, design cover. I don't know. I don't really care for that. It looks stupid. I can't see what the Portasio variant looks like. Russell Dodderman cover is not being shown. The Chris Bachalo cover, Hidden Gem, is not being shown. Now I'm assuming the art germ is a version of this one, so it's basically that minus the X logo. It's not worth. How much they want? $340. That's crazy. Obviously, that's like a 1 in 500 ratio variant, so it's going to be pretty low print run. Still, I don't know. I don't think it's worth chasing these high ratio books. Most of the time, I've not done well with investing in them, so I think I'll just stick with the regular covers, or regularly priced covers. Moving on to independents. You got Blade Runner number 4. That's been pretty good. Big fan of the original movie Blade Runner. I like the original movie a lot better than the second movie of Blade Runner. Was it 2049? It was okay. Not near as good as the first one. Dark Age number 3 is out. Red 5 Comics. Been a pretty hot book. Been selling out pretty consistently. I thought the story, I read the first issue. I don't believe I've read the second issue yet. The story's okay. I mean, it didn't knock my socks off, so I'm debating whether to continue with that or not. Okay. Firefly number 10, man, I do like this Raza cover. I'm thinking about buying that. I don't read Firefly. I think Greg Pak is a decent writer. But that cover by Raza is fire. I just love that. How it's profiled like that with the lighting on it. Oh, man, it's amazing. I think that's fantastic work. So I'm going to pick that up just for the cover. I hope it's in Virgin. Like, I hope they don't put anything on it. It's just like that. That would be perfect. It's probably asking too much. All right, moving down independents here. I don't remember if I saw anything else. I think there's 1 or 2 more books that are worth mentioning. There we go. I think we're getting close to it. Once in Future number 3. That's been a great book. I believe I pre-ordered that. It's not sold out yet, which is good. And I think there's another one down here. Not really familiar with this book. Rise of the Tyrant. Amigo Comics. Might be willing to try that. It's kind of a cool looking cover. Amigo Comics usually has a pretty low print run, so that might be worthy of giving a try. Something is Killing the Children number 2. You've got the regular A cover, which is very nice. They're not showing the B cover by Ian Bertram, but I'm sure it's decent. So make sure you grab that. I think that book is going to continue to be a hot book. I think that might be it. Yeah, see, there's so many books like this. Victor Crowley's Hatchet Halloween Tales. I'd like to see what that cover looks like, because I did pick up the one last week of The Shining. You know, it's basically kind of an homage to The Shining. It's kind of a creepy looking cover. I'll have to see if I can find an image on that. Maybe it's on Google Images. We'll have to see. Zenobra, One More Fire, One Shot, or More Fire, One Shot. I did pre-order that. I'm kind of a sucker for dragons. I just think that's a cool image. So that's total cover buy for me. I remember I bought the original series. It wasn't anything fantastic as far as a read goes, but I do like dragons, so I kind of get sucked into that easily. All right, that's it, guys. So that's all the books coming out for next Wednesday. I really wanted to also just say I appreciate everybody that was able to go on the chat last night on the live stream on Jim's Comics channel. We had over 200 people watching the live stream. I'm sure there'll be even more that rewatch it. I had a couple people even commented today, man, I missed it. I forgot about it. So it was a lot of fun. We had a good time joking around. I think I was the only one drinking. I definitely had a little too much Gentleman Jack. I was getting a little sloppy at the end. But I was enjoying myself. It was a fun time. We had a good time. I was sort of in the pre-show that wasn't recorded. I was showing some books. I pulled out some books that I thought maybe I would highlight. I might have shown a couple of them on the live stream, but I've shown this one a few times recently. Moon Knight number 25, the white dot variant, high grade. Love that book. I also bought these originally when they came out back in the day. Moon Knight. These are Stephen Platt covers. Got 2 of number 1. They're in a really high grade as well. If I ever want to sell these, I'll definitely get them CGC graded, because they're 9.6 or 9.8s easily. And there's number 56, number 57, which is a really cool Spider-Man cover. Yeah, it totally looks like McFarlane in that one, right? That's why he said after Todd. And then you got 59, which is kind of a cool cover, and number 60. So yeah, that was a good run back in the day. I liked that Moon Knight run. I was a big fan of that. I also got Dead End Kids number 3 in the mail, 2 copies. My good man Esteban Salinas, who was on that live stream last night. It was amazing to watch him do his art. I mean, he's crazy good how he can do that. What a talent. Yeah, I've shown you that Moon Knight before. That Scotty Young one. I did that one recently. This is another one I picked up not long ago. The version of this is a really high-end book. It's like a $2,000 book, but hey, I'll get the next best thing. It's the same cover. Still pretty hard to find. This is still, I think I got this for like $25. And I've seen this book go as high as 80 to 100, so got a really good deal on that one, I think. Some other stuff in the news. Son of Satan, I think that's going to be some type of development. I don't know if it's going to be a movie or what the developed property of this is going to be, but this book is definitely worth grabbing. I grabbed that last year at a decent price. It's a decent grade. I don't know. It's solid mid-grade. I would say 7 to 8 range, maybe. I don't know. Nothing really majorly wrong. A couple little creases up in the corner, and overall, nice looking book. Also, Silver Surfer. Everyone's waiting for MCU to bring out Silver Surfer. So I've got issue number 1. This is beautiful, a really nice looking copy. It's not an unrestored copy. It's a restored copy. So that's why I got a really good deal on it because of that. A little bit of color touch, and all these books, these Silver Surfer books, they're all pretty thick, and they all had this binding And what ends up happening is the glue on the binding ends up coming loose. So, you know, that someone added a little glue down there. I mean, back in the 70s, that was, comic books weren't really viewed, if they were restored, that was normal. Like, that didn't really take away from the value back then. Today, obviously, it does. It's a different story today. But I'm glad that there's a market for restored books, because how else am I gonna own a copy this beautiful of Silver Surfer #1? And it's the original. You know, it's not a reprint. It's the original book. And if there's a little bit of color touch and a little bit of glue, I could care less about that. Yep, sorry guys, got interrupted there. Yeah, so Silver Surfer, beautiful restored copy. I mean, if this thing were graded, I think it would grade, you know, in a pretty good, you know, pretty high. Definitely high mid-grade at least. I also have Silver Surfer #3. This is an unrestored copy. Only thing wrong with this book is there's one little crease there in the corner and a little bit of spine roll, which is kind of common with these issues. But overall, I mean, it's just in really, otherwise it's in awesome shape. I got a pretty good deal on this book too. So really happy to have that in the collection. Then one of my prized possessions is Silver Surfer #4. Really like this book. This one is restored. It has one tad bit of color touch on the cape, which you can only see if you look at the other side. I mean, I'm talking tiny. Like, it's so ridiculous that you know, that affects the value. And also, of course, you've got, back then people wrote, or they wrote on the front of covers of comic books all the time. So this looks like a date. I don't know, 11/17, 14-9. I have no idea what those numbers mean, but maybe this book came out at a certain time. I don't know. It's strange. But the story on this book, Silver Surfer #4, for those of you, many people don't know this, but there was a large shipment of these books on the way to California. The semi-truck didn't just get into an accident. It literally went off the road and exploded. I think the driver got killed. All the contents of the truck burned, got burnt up, and a large percentage of the Silver Surfer #4s were in that truck. They were all heading to California. So I believe what happened was all the California shops and distributors didn't get any copies of Silver Surfer #4. They literally went up in smoke, in flames. So the print run on this is definitely lower than all the other Silver Surfer books. And of course, it's got a cool cover, fighting Thor. You know, it's an iconic cover. And that's why this book, I mean, in high grade, 9.6, 9.8 sells easily as much as Silver Surfer #1. So that's the reason. It's just a lot harder to find. All right, guys, that's all I had for you. Go get your books. It's Comic Book Wednesday. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. Hit the bell for notifications. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. What do you think of these books? What do you think of the books coming out next Wednesday? Maybe there was something I should have talked about and highlighted that I didn't. Please let me know that in the comments, and I'll see you on Friday for the Hot 10 list from CBSI. I'll be highlighting that, and also Cover Price's Top 20 list on Friday. Try to get that out to you guys as well. All right, guys, have a great evening. I'll talk to you soon.